video, I'm going to show you something most traders have never ever seen. Not because it's complicated, not because it's hard, it's because traders haven't been taught it yet. By the end of this video, I'm going to show you this simple 3-step process that has allowed me to steal over $40,000 from the stock market in this month alone. Before we get into this video, I want to introduce myself. I'm a 21-year-old day trader and the creator of this strategy, which I have named Wardflow. I've been perfecting my strategy for the past year to make it as easy as possible. My goal in this video is to simply teach my strategy, but it'll take time and dedication to master it. That's why I've left a link to my Discord in the description where I have a 4-phase slideshow to help master everything that comes with trading, whether that's the basics like the trend and candlesticks, my own strategy, and then most importantly, your emotions. Looking at the chart, I want to start us off with this first step, which is looking for a draw on liquidity. So if you don't know what a draw on liquidity is, it is simply going to be an external high or low. Looking at this chart, we can already see multiple draws on liquidity here. And I'll mark them out for you for examples. Right here, we have a low, external low over here, and then even another external low over here. And then looking on the other side, we have an internal high, and then an external highs up here, right? So these are all draws on liquidity, right? So now we have an idea where the market can go. Obviously, we're going to go up to these highs or we're going to go down to these lows. That's when we lead into our second step. Our second step is looking for displacement. We want to see displacement towards a draw on liquidity. Here, we can already see price displacing down towards this low right here and this low right here. So we already have draws on the liquidity to the downside right here. We draw liquidity and we see displacement. And then finally, for our third and simple step, which makes my strategy, the Wardflow, so simple and so easy, we are looking for OTE of the displacement. If you don't know what OTE is, it means optimal trade entry, and it's on the Fibonacci tool right here. This is the Fibonacci tool. This is the OTE. It's from the 0.79% to the 0.618%. The way I draw my OTE, which makes my strategy so easy and so simple, is you got to look at it at the 30-minute. Not the 30-minute. So you got to look at it at the 3-minute. If we go back to the start of New York, right before New York opened, so this time is 9:24, we can draw our OTE. Which most people do wrong is they draw their OTE wrong. Instead of drawing it from this high all the way down to this high, you've already done it wrong. What you have to do is measure in between all of these places right here. So as you see here, on the small leg, price has already gone to the 50%, meaning this is rebalanced, which means we move this high down to this wick now, and then we measure it from the body of this low, not the wick. Then again, this has already hit OTE, so that's already rebalanced. So now we measure from this high and then to this body. And then here we can also see price has tapped the 50%, meaning this is rebalanced. And then finally, we move it down to this wick right here, where we can see price hasn't rebalanced to the 50% yet. So what we can see here, we measure it down to the body wick. We see price tapping to the 50% here. And then with the influx of New York market open, you can see here, we come up perfectly, tap OTE right here, bang. So this right here would have been easy trade entry right here. Put your trade at the start of OTE, put your stop loss. You can put it at this wick or a little bit lower here. You'll be fine putting it lower. And then you can target liquidity below. This would have been the first trade of the day. I personally didn't take this one because I don't like trading off of market open. But as you watch this video, we can see how this continues to work, right? So this trade would have played out. Now looking for a real trade, right? Going back to our three list checklist, we come back. Where's that puppy? Oh, whatever. I'll regret it. Coming back to our checklist here, we need 1, a draw on liquidity, 2, displacement, and then 3, the OTE, right? So here, what do we see now? Now looks way more simple, right? We have draw on liquidity right here, this external low over here. This is a draw on liquidity, right? We see displacement right here, where this candle is clearly trending downwards to this. We have a bunch of series of candles going down. The next thing we need is what? OTE, right? So we go back to measuring OTE. We measure from here to here. We see this wick hit the 50%. So we go from this next wick down to this body again. We see 50% here. So this is already measured out. So what do? We measure from here. And now we are waiting for price to make a low so we can properly measure this, right? So we keep clicking, boom. So now we can measure perfectly OTE from the body of this 3-minute candle. Remember, you have to use the 3-minute time frame. It makes it way easier, trust me. Right, so here I slap a limit order right here at the top of the bottom of this OTE. I'll put my stop loss. Personally, I feel comfortable leaving at this body high, and then boom, put my take profit at this low over here. So if we fast forward today, bang, 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 we tap into OTE, right? And then we tap a little bit further into OTE, almost hitting the 705 perfectly. And then from here, we continue to sell off. It's easy as that. We're going towards a draw on liquidity. We wait for that displacement. We tap into OTE, we put our limit order, and we take the trade. We can go back into even tomorrow. This is the trade I took yesterday. Right? So going into right here. Go. So what do we see here? We see draws on liquidity, that being London low. So this is session liquidity, perfect right here. And then we also see this no candle wick right here, also a good draw on liquidity, right? What do we see? We see price come up and have a sweep, liquidity sweeps. So we could be looking for reversals here. Traders could have been entering right here, but that's not how our strategy works. But what we see here, price comes up, has a liquidity sweep, right? Liquidity is swept, and then we have liquidity and lows down here to target, including New York market open right here. So what do we see price doing? We see price come up, go right back down, and as we are displacing downwards here, we measure our OTE, bang, from this wick to this body. We slap a limit order here. We'll put up our high at this wick for this one, and then we target this low. All right, as you see, we get tapped, absolutely top ticket. And then if we play this through, okay, let's go a little bit faster. Play this through, the trade ends up hitting take profit. Easy as that. Super, super easy. Let's see. Let's go even to. All right, this day we had no trade on, which happens, which is fine. It's part of the process, right? Now looking at another example, we're gonna look at this day right here, right? We're gonna just play it from here. Cool. So coming into the day, we're gonna draw up our draws on liquidity, right? So we're gonna look at the sessions to draw out session liquidity. We have stacked lows in here. We have a low in here. We have Tokyo low, right? We also have London low. And then we also have this data wick, right? So coming into the day, what we see moment market opens, we see price sweep out these London highs, right? And then we see this clear displacement to go downside, right? So what do we have? We have one, draws on liquidity, right? Which are these lows down here, right? We have all these lows. We can even count this low right here. So we have draws on liquidity to go to. What do we have next? We have displacement. We have displacement, and then what are we doing now? We are simply looking for OTE, right? Remember, we are drawing from this wick to this body. Okay, we're going to need to readjust our OTE. Wait for this to come back up a little bit. There it is. Readjust our OTE to this body now, right? And then here, what I am doing is putting a short position. I am putting a limit order up here. I feel safe with my stop loss right here. And then what am I doing? I'm going to target 1, this low, take partial profits here, and then 2, this next low right below it, right? So what do we end up doing? Let's see. Oh, never mind. Got to redraw this again. So moving this down just a little bit, right? Boom. We tap right into our OTE. We instantly dump, right? We let it play out. We don't even touch anything. We just let it play out, right? And then boom. Take off a hit. Super easy checklist, right? We had draws on liquidity. We wait for the displacement. And then what do? We wait for OTE on the 3-minute. So, as I said, it's a super simple branded strategy. You end up top taking almost every single time, and the win rate is insane if you do it correctly. So, what we're looking for is having a place for price to go. We're waiting for a huge displacement candle, just like this one, and then we are waiting to grab an OTE so we have a healthy retracement. Now, I want to go briefly over why OTE works so well. So, what OTE does is it helps us trade exactly with the banks, right? So, what banks do when prices are having huge dumps like this, right? Banks are selling, but they have so many orders they can't fill it all in this one flight. So OTE is simply the level where their algorithms are looking to refill their own prices. So price wants to continue further downwards, but banks need to get a better fill so they can get a better price. And that better price happens to be right at these levels, and that's where we catch into them. So we're not trying to top tick the original move. We are looking for the retrace and following the rest of the move, right? So that's why it's so perfect. It's the easiest strategy. You could see here, this was literally just the perfect top tick, not an inch of drawdown. So that's the 3-step program. If you have any questions, comment them. If you want a more in-depth guide, join the Discord. Link will be in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching.